Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah? I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
We had a little game night party. Where we had some friends over to try to play Trivial Pursuit. And I made margaritas. And I guess I make a strong margarita because I only had two, but I don't remember the last time I was so drunk.
Yeah. No.
It was fun, but what the hell's wrong with me?
I had just one margarita, and I had like two, maybe three beer. No, I had a margarita, an old fashioned.
Oh yeah,
and at least two beers.
Yeah,
in that order, and I was okay. I mean, I wasn't,
compared to me.
Compared to you.
I was trashed.
Which was strange. That's the thing.
I only had two margaritas, but holy shit, I must have really made them strong. But I made a picture of them.
I don't know. Maybe you just got like the part of the margarita that was full of booze.
It was just nothing but tequila. Or maybe tequila is just not a thing for me.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Tequila's dangerous. It's a hardcore drink.
And I love a margarita. And they were good margaritas. I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
They tasted great. They were good. Everybody seemed to like them. And I only had two, but whew, was I drunk.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to play the fun. So I had bought a Trivial Pursuit, a new edition, a couple months ago. And then we were at GameStop.
Yeah.
Maybe a month ago. And we found this supplemental, the supplemental cards.
Yeah.
For Trivial Pursuit. And it's a horror movie edition.
Yeah.
And it's like for the last 100 years of horror. Now, Sean was kicking everybody's asses at Trivial Pursuit, so we kind of stopped playing. Also, because I was
I don't understand what the problem is.
No, there's no problem. I would have been happy to keep playing. The problem was I was drunk.
Right. But I mean, I just don't understand the problem with people.
There's no problem.
There's like, I just happen to know a lot of miscellany.
I know you do. And everybody's like, how do you know that?
Because you just do. Because you just do.
Okay.
Because you sit around and you learn things and then you remember them and you never forget them.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the questions on this card. I just pulled it out of the middle of the deck. The categories, we have monster, gore/disturbing.
Disturbed? Who?
This is all about the band.
It's all about Dave Draymond. And
psychological,
his sweet chin things.
Paranormal, killer, and international.
Okay.
So those are the categories that they've made for this.
You should pick a random card.
I did. I just pulled it from the middle of the deck.
Oh, in the middle of the deck. Okay,
yeah.
Good. Because I did go through them I was after you guys gave up.
I figured that's why I pulled it from the middle.
I was reading through them and I was like, "Ooh, do I know this? Do I know this?"
Well, let's. Hopefully, you didn't tell me if you've already started reading.
Well, go ahead and read. Go ahead and read it.
First question: what director helmed both The Bride of Frankenstein in 1935 and Frankenstein 1931?
Oh, I should know that, but I don't know offhand. Part of me wants to say Todd Browning, but that's not true.
No, it is James Whale.
James Whale. Yes, James Whale. I should know that. Okay. I am not a classic monster movie guy.
Yeah.
Not as much as some people are.
All right, next category. This is the gore disturbing category. What are the final words of protagonist Max Wren in Videodrome 1983?
Long live the new flesh.
Yup. You are correct, sir.
I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. I think we rented it, or it was on something.
Yeah.
And we tried to watch it, and I remember falling asleep or I just fell asleep, which is funny because Videodrome is quite fucked up. And I do want to see it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know that just because it's a famous term, famous phrase.
Famous
Fear Factory has that in one of their songs.
Yeah. All right. So the next category is psychological. What word does protagonist Michelle find scratched into the second hatch when repairing a ventilator in 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Oh fuck, we did see that.
We did. I think if you took a guess, you could probably get it.
Help.
Yep.
Why that's too easy.
I know. Well, some of these are really easy questions. It's so weird. Like sometimes it's like,
what else would it say?
That's the thing. It's like, who's this director from 1931? And then it's like, what's the most obvious word you'd find scratched into stuff?
Right.
But that's the beauty of Trivial Pursuit. Okay, so paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
In Paranormal Activity 2 from 2010.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Me either. What is the relationship between Christy and Katie?
Sisters?
Correct.
I mean,
Again,
what else is going to be? It's not going to be like, well, first of all,
They could be cousins.
They could be cousins, but it's not probably like, I don't remember there being like older actors in these movies.
Yeah, Christy and Katie aren't older names either. It'd be like Martha and Katie. And then you'd be like, oh, mother
Martha!
and daughter.
Oh, man, Batman would be really pissed at that movie.
He would. He'd be so upset. Okay, so this is Killer. What 1953 film was released in 3D despite its director, Andre de Toth, being blind in one eye and unable to experience the 3D effect?
The Blob?
No, House of Wax.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
I should know.
And then this is international, last one.
I'll probably get this wrong.
What type of fictional What type of fictional entities are the threat in Wreck 2007?
Oh.
I've never seen this movie. So. This is another, if you think about the year, you could probably get it.
Zombies?
Correct.
I'm trying to think because I know about that movie, but I just was like, it can't be.
It's zombies.
Also, calling them fictional entities is weird.
Fictional entities.
So I'm thinking like a cloud of like a monster or something, but I'm like, it has to be zombies, right?
You want me to do one more card for you?
Let's do one more. Let's
one more card for you.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Let's try it.
All right. Monster category. In the opening scene of 28 Weeks Later, 2007, let's try that again. In the opening scene of 28 Weeks Later, 2007, who does Don desert to save himself? His wife, his son, his daughter, or his dog?
His wife.
Correct. Gore disturbing category.
It's my favorite.
In The Devil's Rejects, 2005, what is the name of the motel to which Otis and the baby first escape?
Otis and the baby.
Otis and baby.
Oh, I wish it was Otis and the baby.
Otis and the baby sounds like an 80s movie, like
Otis
an 80s
and the baby
cop movie.
Otis and the baby sounds like a band that would play at Coachella.
It also sounds like a morning radio DJ team.
Yes, 100%. Otis and the baby, but the baby's a guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's just just a big kind of like heavy dude with a bald head. He looks like a giant baby.
He's a giant baby,
and he wears a diaper way too often for it to be funny.
He wears a diaper, not ironically.
Well, yeah, it is like haha joke, and you're just like, I think you like it.
I'm messing myself. That's his catchphrase. I'm messing myself. Flush. Yeah, definitely flush. We're definitely flushing.
Do I have to read that to you again?
No, about what's the name of the hotel?
The name of the motel.
Name of the motel. The Sundown Motel.
No. Kahiki Palms.
Oh, whatever.
All right. Psychological.
I ain't watching Devil's Rejects. I'm sorry. What is this one for?
Psychological.
Okay.
In Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1931, which character is not a victim of Hyde? Ivy Pearson, Sir Danvers, Carew, or Dr. Lanyon?
The middle one.
No, Dr. Lanyon.
No, I thought it was Otis and the baby.
So paranormal. What color is the recurring raincoat in Don't Look Now from 1973?
Yellow?
Red. Sure. Killer. When the dance is canceled in the present day in My Bloody Valentine from 1981, where do the teenagers decide to hold their own party?
In an abandoned mine?
Correct.
Wow, that's the whole premise of the movie. Fucking people be mining.
All right, so international. In The Bird with the Crystal Plumage from 1970, protagonist Sam Dalmas is a struggling writer from what country?
Italy.
The United States.
Oh. I mean, it was a Dario Argento movie, so I was like, it either had to be Italy, one or the other. I had a 50-50 chance of getting that.
You really did.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun because I know everything.
You knew a lot. I think our friends were like, how do you know all the things? And then Sean was just like, I know all the things.
Because I do. You know what I do is I spend a lot of time looking on Wikipedia about fucking horror movies.
Well, like we'll be watching something on TV and like some actor will pop up. The next thing you know, Sean's reading his entire Wikipedia entry and it's just some like fucking background character actor.
Yeah.
And Sean then reads his entire Wikipedia.
And then I remember their entire
and then
Wikipedia.
Remembers.
Then I remember everything about their lives.
Yeah. So the next time that person shows up, he'll be like, "That's so and so, and he started acting in this year," and la 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 la. And I'm like, "How do you know that?" And he's just, "I just know it."
I just do.
Yeah.
Your husband's a genius.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So we had that going on.
Yeah.
I actually just before I also want to talk about this. So just before we started taping, so I've been participating in this Mercury app.
Mercari.
It's Mercari. Okay.
Mercari.
Well, I've been listening. This is the thing. I listened to Zack Ryder's podcast. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Did they say Mercury?
Well, he says Mercury because Zack Ryder can't talk.
Yeah.
So he just flubs things a lot. Apparently, he's very upset with Mercury because he bought something on there, and he wanted to get some sort of refund, but Mercari wanted like a bunch of these photos or something like that in order to validate his refund, and they just couldn't. He wasn't able to do it because it really didn't make any sense.
Okay.
For him to do it, but they wanted it anyways, and he was very upset with that. But I've been farting around with it. I know Jen has. Jen kind of turned me on to it, and I bought something from there. I had a good experience with that. Mm-hmm. But I figured I'd try to sell some stuff, and just recently, we were at Target, and I came across these NXT WWE figures, which have this particular series has been kind of hard to come by.
Yeah.
And I think they're kind of picking up. They're not as rare as I don't think they were at least they were a month ago.
Yeah.
But, they're still kind of, they're hard to find. They, so I was like, okay. So when we got back from LA, and I was like, I'll put them on there, and I'll try to, I spent like $20 a piece on them. Mm-hmm. That's how much the action figures cost. And so in order for me to make a profit, because I need to be able to sell it.
Mm-hmm. And count the shipping. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't price. I feel like I didn't price it high enough. Because I feel like if had I done that, the offers would have been lower, and I still would be able to make money. But now people are just offering me something that it doesn't make me any money. Yeah.
So I don't see the point.
Right.
And it's really frustrating. And I don't really know. This is the problem I'm having mentally with it, where I'm like, well, I don't want people thinking I'm a jerk for like all of a sudden being like, no offers, or now it's $90, because I want people to, I want to maybe eventually be able to sell some other shit and have other people, notice that.
I know.
But at the same time, it's like, this is a problem I had with eBay.
Yes.
It's like, I sold, like years ago, I had what was it? It's like a Game Boy. It was an old school, like Game Boy fanny pack that that I had like years, when I was a kid. Yeah. And I had it for years, and I was like, it ain't doing me any good.
Right.
No Game Boy in it. So I was like, how about I sell it?
Yeah.
And so I sold it on eBay, but I didn't realize that you had to account for your shipping. Yeah. Basically, I make $1 off of it. Right. Because after you ship it, then what's the friggin' point? Because you sell for a certain amount or whatever. So I was like, I didn't want to sell anything on eBay anymore. So you should introduce me to this app, though, and it makes it pretty easy for you to kind of calculate the shit. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I'll do that. But for whatever reason, I didn't price it high enough because I was looking at the amounts that it was being sold for. Right. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll price it reasonably, or maybe just because I want to see if I can make a sale. Right. And I didn't do that. But now everybody's like, hey, man, I'll give you like a fucking coupon or something,
maybe we could, look in there and, right now you offer free shipping. Maybe don't. It sells faster if you offer free shipping is usually what they say. However, the problem with it is trying to fucking make a profit when they're going to take a huge, like an $11 chunk out of your sale just for shipping. Right. So that's why I say you might want to. If you want to keep it priced where it is, maybe don't charge free shipping. Don't offer it. I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's other stuff that I have on there that I'm trying to sell. Yeah. That I could probably, the shipping isn't that astronomical. Right. So maybe I can actually make a profit. And plus, it's stuff I don't even remember how much I paid for. Right. So
that always makes it easier.
But like with regard to like these figures, it's I got like a Drew McIntyre and a Ruby Riott. Mm-hmm. And the Drew's actually one that's pretty, it's kind of more rare, but I don't know. Yeah. It's just, I don't know how some people do this shit.
It's hard.
I don't really
You got to figure it out. I think that's what I like, because I sold a couple things on it too, and it's always like trying to figure out the shipping and this, that, and the other thing, and it's just I want to make a profit.
Should we invest in a scale?
I mean, if you want.
I don't know. I'm just saying, because that way you can actually tell, if something's going to cost, how much it's going to cost, so you can ship it, so you can price it properly.
But you can. It gives you on there options to be like, how much do you think this thing weighs?
I don't know. How much does it weigh?
Well, can't you kind of guess when you touch it?
I don't know. How much does my phone weigh?
Less than a pound.
You don't think this is a pound?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, think about it. A quarter pounder is a burger, so I should just
I don't think that counts.
I should just count my...
This is not a pound. No, I would say this is less than a pound.
Okay. Maybe I should just measure things in burgers.
Yeah, maybe that's what you need to do. You need to be like, is this as heavy as 4 burgers?
Excuse me, I'm weighing I need to buy these, this quarter pounder to compare shipping costs. Thank you. Please provide me with a receipt.
Man, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna pick up 20 quarter pounders worth of weight.
Can I just fill a bunch of dumbbells with quarter pounders and just try to lift them?
It's like a fucking Simpsons gag.
I know.
You just pull it up and ow.
Is this a real life Simpsons thing?
Yes,
what's going on? What's going on with that guy?
Yeah, what is going on with that guy?
Somebody arrest that guy. What's going on? Let's get that guy out of here. Yeah, so I know I've been farting around with that. So, seeing what I could do. Also I just found out literally just before we started taping, they're apparently bringing back Death's Head.
Yeah.
I just saw that. Apparently there's this news that came out from C2E2, which apparently is I know what C2E2 is, but I didn't realize it was also like a Comic-Con kind of thing where it's
everything is everything now.
Now it's like you go to any convention, doesn't even fucking matter what it is. Like you can go to like a Soldier of Fortune convention.
You can go to a knitting convention and there's going to be a fucking panel about comic books.
Yeah, there's a cat. He's like, Marvel's here talking about their latest releases. Like, why?
Yeah, why? Doesn't matter. Here they are.
But they're all made of yarn. Everybody's made it. It's just a bunch of stuffed yarn people. And then just got taped.
Could be like an old lady superhero. She stabs people with her knitting needles.
There you go. But so apparently they just announced that there's going to be a Death's Head, and it's the original Death's Head.
Oh, man.
The one that you said he looks like a cow.
I know, I love that original Death's Head. I like cow Death's Head.
I like original Death's Head too. I'm a bigger fan of him. I mean, granted, Death's Head 2 or Minion. Yes. He does have Death's Head's consciousness within him. He looks cooler, but as far as a character goes,
I like the cow better.
The cow is better. So yeah, apparently they're bringing him back.
Is he going to ask questions all the time?
Well, I'm sure he'll probably still talk the same way.
Neat.
Yeah. So and I guess he's gonna be teaming up with Hulkling and Wiccan.
Oh.
Who are like young Avengers.
Oh.
They're going to be involved.
None of that sounds good.
No, well, you know what? I'll still, okay. Here's the thing. I say I'm going to be involved. I'm going to be interested, and then I just forget about it.
No, you'll probably you'll forget about it, and then one day you'll see a trade and go, ooh, and you'll buy the trade.
Yeah, at least that's the way to do it, because I can't commit to going to a store and just buying it. Although, Zane, that's how we collect, we do trades,
Well, we do now, yeah. I mean, we still do buy a bunch of dollar books, but it just takes up so much fucking room.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of taking up so much room.
It really sucked moving them all. I think that's what really killed it for me. With the whole thing is when we actually had to get our collection together and move it. Damn, did that suck dicks.
Well, now it's in a closet.
Now it's in a nice place, yeah, and it's good. But I bought that plastic sheeting, to wrap around everything so nothing would fall over in transit and all that sort of shit. So we wrapped the plastic around it, and we put 2 boxes, one on top of the other, wrapped them in plastic, and then taped them.
Yeah, that sucked.
I mean, it was good. Nothing fell over.
No, it worked, but just the process.
Just the process of us having to do it really sucked.
Oh, God.
That was a pain in the ass, because it'd be like, move it this way, move it that way, pick it up, slide it under. And that took us hours to do them all.
It's very likely that if we ever do move again, we're just getting rid of the collection.
Just burn it.
No, not burn it.
That sounds fun, though.
No.
Fuck you, comics.
It's gonna go on Mercari. I'm gonna I'm gonna make so much money.
I was just thinking how fun it would be just to light them all on fire.
No, don't. Oh, I worked so hard to collect all those Guy Gardners. If only you put them in a trade,
Well,
I could fucking buy them.
Well, I did see when we were in LA, not Guy Gardner trade, but the second version of the Ballant Catwoman.
Yeah, that was good to see.
The second volume that came out, so I got to get that, and then we can get rid of some more stuff.
I also managed to finish reading when we were on the plane. I read the entirety of that Exo Manowar trade.
Yeah.
Which, it was only 5 issues in it, but, nonetheless, I got to read it. So it was pretty good. It's good to kind of get the context of the character. It kind of makes me want to check out more of it. But that and, we've just been hustling on some comics. I want to get some more trades. I want to just pick up some more stuff, so maybe kind of thinning down the collection. I got to start deciding if it's worth it for me to buy, like, for instance, like I have a lot of West Coast Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of certain series that are collected, but I have all the individual issues, so I don't know if I really want to go out and buy them again.
Yeah.
So I can get the trade, because I already have it.
Right.
But usually it's easier if I just if it's something that I have a lot of gaps in. Right. I could just buy the trade and just get rid of the random ones that I do have. Right. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that and also, we're running out of room on our shelf.
Well, that's true.
So I got to kind of figure that out. But
we could buy another shelf.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. Yeah, hopefully they won't stop making shelves.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, that would be weird. So, is there anything else we want to bring up? I know Shazam is coming up. Shazam
is coming up.
Apparently, reviews are quite good for it so far.
Yeah, I've seen that it looks good so far. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out. So it comes out on the 5th. So
it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Well, it comes out by the time this episode releases. It'll
be 1 more week.
Oh, so what are we doing a Shazam book for?
I don't know. We don't have to fucking do a Shazam book.
Oh, well, we already read it.
Okay. We can pick another book.
Maybe we'll just pick another book. We're making a game time decision here, folks. Let's take a break and we'll come back with our book for this week. What's it going to be? I don't know.
We don't know. Mystery book.
Can you believe it, Jay? Young Justice is back.
The Cartoon Network show from 5 years ago?
No, yeah, that too. I mean the comic book.
Oh, cool. A comic book based off the Cartoon Network show?
No, yeah, I mean that too, but not that.
The 1998 Peter David run.
No, yeah, kinda. I mean, this is gonna get confusing.
Wait. Are you trying to say that there's a brand new comic book series written by Brian Michael Bendis with art by Patrick Gleason, along with a new season of the animated show on the DC Universe streaming app, and a digital-first comic that fills in the gaps between seasons 2 and 3?
Yes. I mean, yes.
Sounds like we need a podcast to keep all this straight.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Well, say it.
The new podcast, Everyone Loves Young Justice, will spin out of Robin, Everyone Loves the Drake, as a sister podcast, following the adventures of Tim Drake and his new team, Young Justice, with members like Superboy,
Impulse,
Wonder Girl,
Arrowette, Red Tornado, the Justice Cave, Miss Martian, Blue Beetle, Shazam, the Super Cycle, Ginny Hex, Teen Lantern.
Jay!
What?
One thing at a time, man.
Oh, sorry.
We will start right where it all began, in the pages of the 1998 Peter David run.
And we will alternate between that and the new Brian Michael Bendis 2019 run,
while also discussing the DC Universe animated series and tie-in comics.
We are part of the BatmanUniverse.net podcast network.
We can be found there or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We're going to cover all aspects of Young Justice. Man, I love Young Justice.
I know. Everyone does.
Oh, I get it.
All right, we're back here on Worst Collection Ever with our book for this week. It is, get ready, Incredible Hulk, number 267 from January 1982.
Oh, shit. Different book.
Yeah, we were going to do a different one, but decided that we should do this one because Captain Marvel comes out on
the 4th.
The 4th.
The 5th.
So we'll do a Captain Marvel book that week.
Yeah.
We have one planned. So,
yes.
I did have this Hulk book ready to go. So here we are. It's been a while since we've did the Hulk, I feel. I feel like the last one.
It has been a while.
I can't remember the last one we did. I feel like it was there's been a few. And I feel like it was maybe the wedding one? I don't know.
Maybe. It's been a while.
Or one of those, but this one is from the 80s. On the cover, we have Hulk, and he is looking very bewildered. He's doing some looks like he's doing an exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a rainbow.
There's a rainbow, but in that rainbow,
her faces.
Well, it's all of his villains.
Yes.
So you've got Gargoyle and Leader and Abomination and Moonstone and Rhino and Bi-Beast, and they're all threatening the Hulk, and he looks very upset. Wrong end of the rainbow. That is what it's called. Story's called "What a Day for a Daydream," which is kind of
that song.
It's a name. Yeah, it's after a Lovin' Spoonful song. Uh-huh. Thank you for the helpful caption.
What a day for a daydream.
See, I knew it was. I couldn't remember who did that song.
Yeah,
but thankfully Al Milgram and Jim Shooter were there to back us up.
Yep.
Starts off with Hulk. He is going into they're in
a laboratory in the desert. So I guess this is like Bruce's old laboratory.
Yeah, Bruce Banner has a desert laboratory.
Yeah, and so it's Betty and what is that kid's name? And Rick.
Betty and Rick Jones.
And they're like, okay, we are gonna zap the Hulk with this ray, and it is going to split Bruce Banner and the Hulk. At least that's what they're telling the Hulk.
So apparently they have been. I don't know why they just didn't do this in the first place, but apparently they had to wait 267 issues to get together another ray. Just to zap the Hulk. I mean,
and make him not Hulk.
So they decide to get him in there, and Hulk's like,
and he's like, no, pretty, because he's calling Betty pretty. He's like, no, pretty lady, it's gonna hurt. And she's like, it's not gonna hurt. Don't worry about it. Whatever. That's a lie. So
everything hurts Hulk.
Yeah, which I just feel bad. I just feel bad for Hulk. He's just constantly suffering.
Yeah, he is. Well, because everybody's afraid of him.
Yeah.
And nobody. I mean. It's hard. I guess people talk to the Hulk, but they're always terrified. I don't know. I find the Hulk to be delightful.
Yeah.
I feel like, granted, I've read enough Hulk.
Yeah.
So if I was in this universe where like all of a sudden, like if Hulk didn't exist and then he came and he rang our doorbell and he was like, Hulk
here, Hulk here,
Hulk here, and I'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, Hulk scared, Hulk angry, Hulk to smash,
I just feel bad for Hulk.
Yeah. No, I get it. But yeah, so she's like, get in this machine. It's not going to hurt.
And then she goes like and hides behind a plexiglass thing that it says has been impregnated with lead.
Ooh.
Gross.
That's intense.
Yeah. So she hides behind this thing and they turn it on and Bruce Banner is there when they turn it off.
Apparently it works.
But here's what, and I think we'll talk about this later because I thought this was like banishing the Hulk from him permanently, but it doesn't work that way. Or it didn't work as intended.
I think that's what they're trying to do, but then
later on.
But obviously it's not going to continue. I don't know. It's just something where they just keep trying these different things. And it never works.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because the Hulk is basically like a split personality.
Yes.
That is brought on by
anger,
and it manifests radiation response, a response to the radiation he endured, gamma radiation, and makes him strong and everything. So, and eventually, what happens is basically. At least in a couple of years, like around the 400s or whatever, they combine Doc Samson, the psychiatrist, combines all of the Hulk's personalities into one, into making him into one big green Hulk, but with Bruce Banner's mind.
Right.
And everything. And then, of course, that's too boring, so then they just fuck it up all again.
Right.
Nonetheless, though, so they're helping. Hulk's Bruce Banner is just beat to shit. So
he's exhausted, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you're out on your feet." So they put him to bed. And Betty is like, oh, hey, we don't have any food in this cave, which I probably should have realized earlier, but whatever.
Well, maybe Bruce is never in that cave. He didn't get a chance to go shopping.
Yeah, and they're like, dude,
He didn't go to Whole Foods.
he did not stop at Whole Foods. He didn't even stop at Trader Joe's.
Trader Hulk's.
He didn't go to Trader Hulk.
Trader Hulk want mandarin slices.
Hulk love dehydrated pineapple.
Yeah, well, Sean loved dehydrated pineapple.
Yeah, well, I like those pineapple rings.
Yeah, I like the
But you know
pieces.
what? If you eat too many of them, it's like eating too many Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, it fucks with you. It like cuts your tongue up. It's really weird.
yeah.
So
But no, Hulk didn't go to Trader Joe's, so Betty's like, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go to that town we drove by when we got out here, and I'm gonna go buy some food.
Right.
So and then there's like, oh hey, a rainbow. Like there's like just a random rainbow in the sky, and they're like, huh, that's so nice. And so she drives into town. So we cut to the town before she gets there.
Yeah, we're in Dust Bowl, and I assume this is Arizona, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't think it doesn't really say.
It doesn't really say. It's just Dust Bowl. And it's population 682 or something. And they're like, no, it's actually 681.
Because lady
some
died.
dude died last week.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
so,
Widow Perkins.
yeah, so
R.I.P.D.
then we start talking.
Well, basically, we're introducing ourselves to like all these people in this diner. There's a bunch of these townies, and there's there's a cook, and then there's a Barney Fife, guy, the chief of sheriff, and then there's, an awkward group of teenagers here.
Yeah, they're like, here's all these people who have dreams, but they live in this shitty town. Therefore, they will not have any real their dreams won't come true. So we've got like the guy who works at the diner who wanted to be like a fancy chef. And then we have the mayor of the town who wanted to like run for a statewide office, but he failed. And then the sheriff, and this one I don't get because he's like, here's the sheriff dreaming of being a real cop.
Right.
And I'm like, isn't the sheriff a real cop?
Yeah, like how much more real can you get?
Right? Like, you're a sheriff.
Yeah.
Like, what else did you want? Like, and then they're like, hey, here's these two teenagers, and this one dorky kid wants to be Christopher Reeve, and this ugly girl wants to be Brooke Shields. Well, for some reason, the waitress just wanted to be a waitress in a nicer restaurant.
Yes. Yeah. Man, I wish I was waiting on.
Man, I wish I was still doing this job, but at an upscale location.
Man, I wish I could be waiting at a TGI Fridays.
That's the dream that I'm just like, wait, what?
It's kind of like,
It's not like, oh, she wanted to like own her own establishment, or she wanted to like, be a novelist. No, she just wanted to be a waitress at like a slightly better location.
How did that pitch go? Where like the writers are just sitting around, it's like, oh, what do you think waitresses want?
What do you think women want? Well, obviously to continue to serve people. Oh, okay, so she'll just want to be like a waitress in a nicer restaurant.
And the nurse wishes she was a nurse at a nicer hospital.
Yeah, not doctor. No,
not a doctor or a just fucking rich.
Yeah, you just fucking win the lottery.
or just like a philanthropic person helping fund research, or a scientist. Yeah. No,
boat designer. I don't know.
Boat designer.
Boat designer, like that movie, The Island.
Who wanted to be oh, that's right. Ewan McGregor. He was a boat designer.
McGregor's character.
He was a
boat designer.
But he was a wild man boat designer, because he was also like, yeah, I also got Hep C.
Yeah, I got
Hep C from being a boat designer.
I got Hep C from fucking all these chicks on my boats that I designed.
I designed fuck boats.
Floating fuck palaces.
Yeah, that's how. That's it. Well, in LA, you could probably just go there. And it's set in 2019.
Oh, I know. It's the now.
The now. So if you're in LA, guys, we just got back from there. But if you
wasn't it like Long Beach?
It was like Long Beach.
Yeah, basically. But what was really funny? It was like he lived in San Pedro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He lived in San Pedro, and they were like, hey, he lives right on the water. And it was just like the shitty ass docks and then his like luxury apartment.
Yeah, basically basically San Pedro is just like a bunch of docks. Yeah. A bunch of, places, whatever. And And then like they're just like, oh yeah, here's his nice apartment in some random warehouse, where he designs fuck boats.
Yeah, fuck boats.
But yeah, sadly, nobody here wants to be. Well, there's a kid here who they say. Well,
that one's also upsetting.
Well, this one's upsetting because it's hard to explain because they just go, well, there's this one kid here who'd like to not be lame. And I understand what they mean by lame.
Yeah, it's not like, dude, you're lame. It's like this guy actually has he's lame in the term that like his leg is crooked or something.
But I'm looking at this and you can't really tell from the drawing.
He looks like a dude holding a broom.
So later on when they show him and they're like, oh yeah, here he is with normal legs. Yeah. It's like, I thought he was lame.
Yeah,
like
no.
he's like, oh man, I suck.
No.
All I do is sit in my room and go home and
actually lame. And then there's these two old men who are just like, they just want to be young again.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. So everybody's thinking about their dreams, and then this rainbow touches down in the middle of this town.
Yeah.
And this gold-skinned dude who kind of dresses like Bruce Springsteen in the 80s.
He actually is. He's kind of like gold Bruce Springsteen.
He's like if not Quasar, who's the gold one? Warlock?
Oh, Warlock, yeah.
Went through a Springsteen phase.
Oh man, I kind of want that
to happen.
Kind of want him in his dancing in the dark or whatever.
Yeah.
Gamora can be played by a young Courtney Cox.
So this guy walks in and he's like, hello, it is me. I'm making all of your dreams come true. And he holds up his hand, and all of a sudden, all of their dreams come true.
Well, the lame kid just becomes another waiter.
That's just that waitress is just a waitress at a nicer restaurant now, and they're like, "Oh my god, my dreams have come true!" And they're like, "This is great. Those kids are good looking. The old men are young."
Well, they decide to start arm wrestling immediately.
And the sheriff is now a policeman, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know."
Well, also like the sheriff or the mayor, it's like he just gets a bow tie. And so it's like, does that mean?
Well, because now he's like a state senator or something.
I mean, is he? Just because he has a bow tie?
I assume that's what that means. If you become a state senator, you have to wear a bow tie.
Okay.
It's like mandated in whatever state they live that this is set.
Yeah,
it's too bad it doesn't tell us.
It's right next to Springfield and Shelbyville.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyways.
And then like the town's all bustling and everybody's like,
is it?
Well, I mean, it's more than it used to
There's
be.
two cars instead of one.
Well, yeah. And their town was pretty shitty, but now it's like this nice little town. And
now they have a drive-in.
And they have a drive-in and everybody's like, fuck yeah, drive-in. And what's so weird, this reminds me so much of that Stephen King story from Nightmares and Dreamscapes, which is Rock and Roll Heaven, which is this couple. I'm sure I've mentioned this before because I love this short story. I always have. This couple driving along, they see a sign for a town called Rock and Roll Heaven, and they're like, haha, that's really funny. And then they stop there, and everybody there looks somewhat famous. Like a famous person. But kind of, but not really. But then they realize that the sheriff is actually Elvis, and like the waitress is Janis Joplin, and they're all these dead people, dead rock stars in this town, and then anybody who drives through is now stuck in this town, so these dead rock stars can play a concert every single night because they need an audience.
Okay,
that's what this reminded me of.
That's how it ends.
Yeah, these people are fucking stuck there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and they're all they're like, no.
Wait, so why do the rock stars also have to like have jobs?
Well, I think they just do that for like whatever hapless human just kind of stumbles into town. I don't know.
I mean, why does Elvis have to be the
sheriff?
Be the sheriff
because he wanted to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he get deputized as an ATF agent or whatever.
Okay, well maybe okay, that's fine. But I mean, the Janis Joplin probably didn't want to be a waitress.
I mean, I feel like Steven Seagal was like, hey, if Elvis can do it, I too want to be fat and deputized as something.
He's like, look, first I need to get fat.
Done.
He has a vision board. It just has like a Burger King on it.
It just has the
actual Burger King.
No,
it just has
was it ATF or DEA? I think it was DEA because he's high as fuck in that picture.
Yeah.
The Elvis. So I bet on Steven Seagal's vision board is that picture of Elvis standing next to Nixon getting deputized, but he's high as fuck.
So this is what's on this board. It's it's a burger plus drugs.
Yeah.
Equals that picture.
I don't know if that's how vision boards work, but you could.
That's how Steven Seagal's vision boards work.
Maybe there's no wrong way to vision board.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I've never.
You heard
done
it here
one.
first, folks.
No wrong way.
No wrong way to vision board.
So Betty pulls up to this town and she's like, "Hey, what's going on? All these people are at this movie theater."
Well, she thinks they all escaped from an asylum.
Yeah, she's like, "All these people are fucking crazy," and then she's like, "Hey, who's that dude on stage?" And at first, she's kind of like, "You guys are all crazy." Like she knows something's wrong, but this golden Bruce Springsteen tricks her into thinking that he is Bruce without any the Hulk. And so she's like, "Oh my God, we're together now." And so back at the cave, what's
Rick.
his name? Rick comes outside and he's like, "Where is she? Man, that rainbow sure is nice." And then this is my favorite panel in this book. He goes, "A rainbow at night?" And his eyes are all like really intense and he's making this like very angry face.
I don't know. Dio would be beg to differ because rainbow in the dark.
Yeah.
But-
So he runs to wake up Bruce and he's like, "Bruce, holy fuck, there's a rainbow at night." And Betty is gone and she hasn't been back. And this is when he turns back into the Hulk. And I was like, but I thought that Ray was supposed to banish the Hulk forever.
They did that for nothing.
Yeah, that was pointless.
That was pointless. But I just felt like the idea that Rick just comes in and she's like, "Betty's not here. There's a fucking rainbow." And Bruce is like, "Ah!"
It's like that Simpsons where he's like, "Ah!"
"Hey, what was you?" She's all back in mask. He's like, "Ah!" And he's like, "I'm Hulk now." And then Hulk's like, "Fuck this shit. I need to find Betty.
I need to find Pretty," and he just like sproings off. He's
I
like,
can help. I can help Betty.
Town have Betty or whatever, and he sproings his way off.
I'm gonna go. He's like, "I think Betty went to a town. There's a rainbow." And he's like, "I'm gonna fuck up the town.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck it up."
So Hulk sproings into town. He sees everybody, and he sees Betty on stage with Bruce Springsteen, and she's like, "Wait, how can Hulk be here and you be here?" Now I'm confused. And this is when, like, because she's confused, the whole thing kind of falls apart.
Right. So so basically, Hulk has fucked with Glorian before.
Yeah, this is Glorian.
Yeah. So Glorian is the golden skin guy, and Hulk has encountered him before. In Hulk created some sort of illusion for Hulk when. Because Hulk used to fuck around in a thing called the microverse, and there was this princess named Jarella that he was in love with, and that he was kind of like having like a good time there, but then like they got big again. He got big again, and Jarella was there, and Jarella got murdered.
Of course she did. She's a lady in comics.
Yeah, she got like a rock fell on her, or something. She was saving a child, and she got buried by some rocks, and so she died. But then I think he kind of created this vision for Hulk again of having her back, and it wasn't real, and Hulk gets angry.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she's like, yeah. So basically, this shit starts to fall apart, and then he's like, "Hey man," Glorian's like, "Hey man, I could like show you some shit.
Yeah.
I got so many wonderful things to show you."
Pretty much.
And then
he like touches Hulk's forehead, and then Hulk starts having this like hallucination of his perfect life, where he's just basically the Hulk, but smart like Bruce Banner, and has like the most basic life ever.
Yeah. So and the thing is that Hulk's childhood was incredibly dark, incredibly fucked up.
Of course it was. He's a comic book character.
He killed his father to protect his mother or something to that effect. I mean, shit was not good for Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Growing up, but he's kind of like, imagine this idyllic
where they're just like, "Hey, we're having dinner together."
Well, I do just like the idea that it's regular ass Hulk.
Yeah.
But like, he's got like a nice suit coat on, but he's got his Hulk head. It's just kind of it's odd. Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, it was a dream. Yeah, I know it's a dream." And since Betty starts kind of doubting Glorian, all this shit falls apart. So Glorian's like, "Well, fuck all y'all. Now instead of it being a dream, it's gonna be nightmares."
Right.
So he creates nightmares. He starts inducing nightmarish visions into the Hulk, and so the Hulk sees all of his villains, kind of like it's depicted on the cover. So, all the guys are there. You even get some hammer and anvil action here too, which is always welcome. But unfortunately, all those people that the Hulk is looking at are the townspeople.
Yes.
And Hulk's like, I'm going to fucking kill
I'm
everybody.
going to fuck all these people up.
I'm going to kill you, parody. But now, the townspeople, they look at the Hulk and they see
Like
themselves their
when they
previous
sucked.
selves.
Yeah.
They see their shitty selves, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't want to see my shitty self again." There's me being a regular ass policeman. Like this guy's just looking at himself just being a policeman.
There's like literally the outfit he's wearing. It's even the same color, so it's just two blue police uniforms. Like the sheriff one isn't even like brown or anything. So he's literally just looking at himself in the exact same uniform and somehow being like, "Hey, that one's legitimate and the other one's not."
Right.
And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So they start, coming at the Hulk, and Hulk sees
and
them,
Hulk's
and
like, Hulk smash.
Son Rick shows up, and then as he shows up, he gets he encounters the Shaper of Worlds.
Yes, and so the Shaper of Worlds is like a centaur if like the bottom of a centaur was just like an engine block.
He's basically, imagine he's a Skrull.
Okay.
Because he is of Skrull origin.
Okay, but he looks like that.
But he's basically a blue and white Skrull.
Yeah.
With an engine block for a body.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just top half man, bottom half engine block. And not a car. Yeah. That would be exciting. No, it's an engine block.
And basically,
it's all blocky and weird looking, and it's just and he's just like, "Hi, it's me.
Hi, I'm here for exposition. Here's everything that's happening."
Yes, and this is at the point where I was like, "Oh, this comic book didn't have to have the Hulk in it at all. This literally could have been any hero. You could have told this story with any hero."
I'm surprised this wasn't like the plot of like a Marvel 2-in-1 or a Marvel team up.
It doesn't really matter because you really could have just had any superhero in place of the Hulk, because it could have been Spider-Man seeing his villains. Pick a Marvel hero and just drop them on in. It could have been one of the X-Men.
Yeah.
This story didn't have to have the Hulk. It just does.
Yeah. It's just you could have had Daredevil doing this shit.
Yeah. It could have been Daredevil. Didn't matter. So he's like, "Hi, I am this Molder of Worlds guy. I'm really super powerful. I do this cool shit, but I have no creativity," which is why I'm hanging out with Glorian.
Yeah,
Glorian. I'm trying to train him up to replace me.
Trying to train
because I got to go get an oil change or something.
Yeah, I have to get my butt changed.
Yeah,
my butt oil changed.
My plugs are all corroded.
I have to find a Jiffy Lube. That's why I got the gold Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, that's why I'm hanging out with that guy.
But apparently he really sucks at it. It's kind of like when you first. When it reminds me of the time when I was a DJ, and they were like, I wasn't anybody. I was shit from shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, Sean, you should go and open up this TV show or this what the fuck was it? A movie premiere."
Okay.
And I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a dumb fuck. So, especially at that age, I was in my early 20s, and I was like, "I'm here to give you tickets." And everybody thought that I was giving them free tickets.
Oh.
And everybody started coming up, and it's kind of like what happens here where it's like, hey, Glorian, go out and do this thing. And he's like, "Okay, I could do this." And then he really fucks it up. Yeah. And that's basically, what's happening here. And so he changes Betty into it makes Hulk see her as the Harpy.
Yeah.
Because the Harpy was Betty got zapped with some gamma radiation.
Right. And they mentioned that. They're like, "Don't you remember how much this hurt?" Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, I forgot about that." And they're like, "This is all the way back in issue whatever." And it's from Archival Al or something.
Oh yeah. No, that's the thing that I feel like, I don't know if they do that in comics really so much anymore.
Not really.
Yeah. They kind of expect you to know it, but this is back when they would just do that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I always liked that though.
Sure. I like being told things.
Yeah. So, basically he throws Betty, flings her, but thankfully Shaper of Worlds catches her And Hulk is just there's like this one shot of the Hulk where he's just screaming, Hulk doesn't know what is real. It's kind of, I'm kind of like I the same, man.
Yeah.
You know, because all this shit's going riled, man. You know, he's at a movie premiere. You know, Sean Merrick's up there giving away movie tickets that he doesn't have.
Right.
You know, Hulk is pissed. Basically, Shaper of Worlds like just kind of clears his head, you know, and dispels whatever Glorian was doing. And Rick is like, what the fuck is this shit? Why are these aliens down here fucking with everybody? You know, he starts getting really angry, you know. But we kind of get this, but before that happens, we get more exposition about how basically, you know, what we were kind of talking about, like Shaper of Worlds took Glorian as like his pupil. Because Glorian, I did some research on Glorian. And this fucking poor guy. So, okay, his father was a guy named Gideon. Last name was Gideon. And he was a rich guy that decided that he could bet other rich guys.
Oh, that's right. He's human.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Gideon, but this guy's father. So Glorian.
Oh, I know, but I was just saying, like, Glorian, he might be gold skinned or whatever, but he is a human.
He is a human that has been enhanced.
Yes.
You know, changed or whatever.
Yes, continue.
But so his father, though, Glorian's father, this other Gideon, the senior Gideon or whatever, he was basically like a rich guy that one day decided to bet his other rich friends that he could fuck with the Fantastic Four.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, and so he's like, look, if I fuck with the Fantastic Four and I win, you know, you gotta give me a bunch of money. But then he went to the Fantastic Four and they realized they're unfuckwithable. So he didn't win. And they're like, hey, you know, Fantastic Four were like, look, nobody got hurt. You're just an idiot. You know, we're not going to press any charges and, you know, whatever. And this guy's like, you know what? This Gideon guy's like, you know what? I got my son. I got my wife. You know, maybe I should use my money for better things. You know, and I'm going to start doing it, but I'm going to take one last vacation. He gets on his private jet.
And he dies.
No, well, they're flying over the Atlantic Ocean, and they fly right into an atomic blast.
The fuck?
They fly right into an atomic blast. His wife dies. Gideon
gets gold.
Gideon and his son survive, but they're full of radiation. And Gideon, the senior, you know, the older Gideon is like, well, the Fantastic Four got hit with a bunch of radiation and they became all fantastic. So I need to fuck with them again and see what's going on. You know, see if I can become fantastic or whatever. And you know, he somehow unleashes the Dragon Man, who we see here, and eventually there's an explosion. The father dies. Gideon is, you know, the younger Gideon is still whatever, you know, he's still radiated, but then the Shaper of Worlds is like, hey, you know, you got some, like,
I'll make you gold and, like, we'll do some shit.
Well, basically, he's like, look, I'll cure you. And then he's like, well, I cured him. And since he had a bunch of radiation in him, now he's gold. Yeah. So now I'm going to train him out of, like, you know, shape worlds and do all sorts of cool shit and, like, you know, give away movie tickets and stuff. Yeah. And so he's like, it was like, why I decided to put him on this town, and you know, he fucked it up, you know. And then Rick Jones again, Rick Jones is like, God damn it, you fucking aliens, right? He's
so fucking tired of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, what the fuck, you know? Yeah. It's kind of.
And his mouth is huge, by the way. Can we just say he could fit like 4 fists in it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's like,
when those people are like,
my wish is to fit 4 fists.
He's like, you know, when the people have that trick where they fit their whole fist in their mouth. He's like, I could fit both of mine and then like another person's.
Oh man, he could fit the Hulk's fist in his mouth.
He could. 1 Hulk fist or 4 normal fists.
one Hulk fist does equal 4 normal fists.
That's usually the unit of measurement we're going with.
Yes, we should, yeah. But, so he's freaking out. And it's funny because he's flipping out and Hulk is like, I'm getting more angry.
Yeah, so mad.
Know? He's like, Hulk, why don't you go smash something? You know, and the Hulk, I think, smashes the movie theater or whatever. And he's just losing his shit. And Betty's like, man, Rick Jones is having a bad day.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this ends. Yeah. Like, it's just a lot of Hulk losing his shit because Rick Jones is like, fuck all these aliens. And like, he's like, Hulk is like, yeah, fuck everything.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it's just like, our town was shitty and now it's shittier.
Yeah.
Because the Hulk just literally broke everything that was here.
Hulk really literally destroyed this town of 652 people.
Yep.
And, 651.
Yep.
And that's how this ends.
That's it.
It kind of ends on a big spaz.
It really does. He's just like, everybody's like, and then it's like the end.
All right. See you
Bye,
next one, guys.
Gideon. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you guys later.
So apparently next month, they call the wind pariah.
Sure.
All right. Do you want to read the next issue of this?
I probably would. I enjoy it. It's silly. And again, I do feel bad for the Hulk.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just trying to live his life, man, and people just come shoot shit at him and, zap him with things, and the military is always chasing him, and it's like, man, Hulk just wants to live.
Yeah, but where can he live?
I don't know, but man, you could just let him walk down the desert.
Just, maybe build, the government should just be like, hey, here's a bunch of food. Because Hulk eats normal food.
Like a Hulk preserve somewhere.
Ooh, Hulk preserve.
Yeah.
See, why couldn't that be? That'd be a good time.
Leave him alone. Be like the
Jurassic
Village.
Park, but with the Hulk?
Yeah, or like the Village. Just it's surrounded by a wall that he could totally break at any time.
It's just Ian Malcolm be like, wow, that's a big pile of Hulk shit.
Yeah. He's just wandering around out in a forest somewhere. Hulk preserve.
I like this idea of a Hulk preserve.
I do too. Because then you could have many Hulks. Eventually there are different colored Hulks. And they could join the Green Hulk.
We should, yeah.
Green Hulk, Red Hulk, and
it just look. Anytime there just happens to be
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's okay.
Hulkling. I know, but it's a place for them to go. If they want to.
She-Hulk, but She-Hulk doesn't get the rate.
I know, but sometimes they just want to hang out with their Hulk friends.
Ooh, Hulk friends.
And She-Hulk's kind of like one of those people who's like, I can't really take my family anywhere, so I'll just go visit them at home.
Yeah,
because every time we take them to Cracker Barrel, they eat the whole fucking buffet.
What they have to do is build a Cracker Barrel on the Hulk preserve.
Yeah.
So when you go there, it's nothing but Hulks.
Yeah.
Eating griddle cakes or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I've never been to. I have no idea if there's a buffet there. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel.
I always thought that a Cracker Barrel was like just a store where you bought crackers,
like a country. I always thought it was like one of those shitty, we're a country store, we're quaint, and then they would sell shit way overpriced, so you felt like you were a pioneer. That's what I always thought of Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I didn't know you could actually eat there. I didn't know you could actually eat there until I started hearing about wrestlers about how they always ate there.
I have no idea. I've literally never been to one. Can't tell you either way.
Maybe we should go to a Cracker Barrel.
I guess.
I don't know if it'd be that great.
Probably not.
It's kind of like going to I imagine it being like a Bob Evans.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Bob Evans, but it's the same thing. It's just I'm
just going to guess it's probably
here be pancakes.
Like a pioneery folksy version of a TGI Fridays with more chicken fried steak.
Okay, so there's probably a lot of accoutrements and stuff.
Yeah, on the walls and stuff. And it's decorated a certain way, but this one just has a store. Because there is a store in it as well.
And they just sell
packets of pancake mix.
Oh yeah, there's definitely packets
with
there.
gingham bows and on them, and I'm sure that there's little I Heart State, whatever state magnets. Maybe a Jesus Loves Me mug somewhere.
Jesus be loving,
yeah,
definitely.
Precious moments, shit.
Oh, you know what? Also, they have there. They also have those little dinosaur sticks that you. They chomp things.
Yep, you got to have those for the kids.
You definitely have those.
You
can
buy rock candy on a stick for the kids.
Oh, you definitely buy rock candy. There's also some plastic army men for the kids.
Yes, or little plastic zoo animals.
Oh yeah,
so you can have.
There's a barrel of those.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Just a huge barrel of plastic animals.
Yeah, and you just scoop it up for a certain amount of money. It's fill this bag for X dollars.
But the Hulk is there.
The Hulk is there, and he's eating biscuits.
He's eating all the biscuits.
Yeah.
Get yourself a job at the Hulk Preserve Cracker Barrel.
And let us know how it goes.
Let us know how it goes.
Dress like Baron Corbin and become the manager.
Ooh, Baron Corbin.
The Hulk Preserve Cracker Barrel.
That's where he came from. Actually, that'd be great if he just I was working on the Hulk Preserve at the Cracker Barrel. That's my wrestling origin, guys.
Oh, that's good.
Because he dresses like a friggin' TGI Fridays manager.
He sure does.
But he got busted. He was at TGI Fridays and he got busted. We're at TGI Fridays on the that was actually based on the Avengers compound.
Okay.
But he got caught spitting in Hawkeye's food.
I don't blame him.
For some reason.
Yeah. Fuck
And
you,
then they
Hawkeye.
busted him down to the Cracker Barrel on the Hulk Preserve.
Yeah, they demoted him.
Because
If you did that to Tony, you would be fired. But you're only doing it to Hawkeye, so you still get to keep your job. You're just demoted.
you got a severance package.
Yeah.
Which was actually just a certificate to TGI Fridays.
Yeah, that's all it was.
You got a little bonus on the way out.
Yeah.
So, that's I definitely would read that issue of
Yeah,
this though too.
it's silly.
Now I really want to read about the Hulk Preserve.
Me too.
I like this idea a lot.
Yeah.
Let's get that miniseries
Free range
going.
Hulk.
Free range Hulk. Grass-fed Hulk.
Grass-fed Hulk.
So yeah, that's Hulk, Incredible Hulk number 267 from January 1982. That's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening, folks. You can find myself on Twitter and Instagram at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, and email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And, of course, you can also rate and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever it is you get this show. Please give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. I think we do. If you think Hulk Preserves are the way to go, you know, you should definitely leave us a comment. I want to see some comments, man. I know
tweet shit at us.
Or just tweet at us, but if you say...
Tell me about the Hulk Preserve.
Yeah.
What do you think it should look like?
What do you think it should? What kind of trees would you plant there?
Where would you put it?
Where? Yeah, what state would you put it in?
Yeah.
Or what country?
What country? It doesn't have to be here in America. It could be anywhere.
But thanks for listening, folks. And please check us out where you can. Tell your friends about the buffoonery we do here on this podcast. Thanks again for listening, folks. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.